Hello, my dear JEE aspirants. Hope you're preparing well. Continue with this series of JEE Main 2026 of January. Shift inverse trigonometric functions this time. You'll see the number of questions appeared from different concepts of this. Finding domain of inverse trigonometric functions, 4 questions are asked. Maximum value of ITF, 1 question is asked. Finding the solution of inverse trigonometric equation, 1 question. Application of compound angle formula, multiple angle formula, 1 question. Multi-concept, 1 question. Altogether, we have 8 questions from this topic, inverse trigonometric functions. We'll discuss the questions one by one. The first question we have, the domain of the function you have to find out. Cos inverse 2x minus 5 by 11 minus 3x plus sin inverse of 2x square minus 3x plus 1 is given to be the interval alpha beta, the closed interval. Want to find alpha plus 2 beta. We know domain of cos inverse of x is such that x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. Cos inverse of x is defined for x belonging to the closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. Correct? Cos inverse of x cos inverse of x cos inverse of x is defined for x belonging to the closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. Correct? Cos inverse of x, domain of cos inverse of x, you must know this. Domain of cos inverse of x is closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. That means x should lie between minus 1 and plus 1, including the endpoints. So in place of x, we have this 2x minus 5 by 11 minus 3x. So this quantity, the terms inside this bracket should lie between minus 1 plus 1, including the endpoints. So first I'll find the domain of this expression, then find domain of this. Even domain of sin inverse of x as that x should belong to the closed interval minus 1 plus 1. You must know this. In place of x, what we have is 2x minus 5 divided by 11 minus 3x. So I'll consider this to lie between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. 2x minus 5 by 11 minus 3x. 2x minus 5 divided by 11 minus 3x should lie between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. In other words, x belonging to the closed interval minus 1 plus 1, x belonging to the closed interval minus 1 comma plus 1 is same as I can write mod x less than or equal to 1 is same as mod x less than or equal to 1. Correct? So this could be written as mod of 2x minus 5 divided by 11 minus 3x. 2x minus 5 divided by 11 minus 3x is less than or equal to 1. X is between minus 1 plus 1, including 9 points, means mod x less than or equal to 1. So I'll cross multiply and square on both sides so that I get a quadratic inequality from this. So squaring on both sides as well as cross multiplying, what I get is 2x minus 5 the whole square. Mod x square is same as x square. This is taken to other side, less than or equal to 11 minus 3x the whole square. Cross multiply it and do squaring on both sides. Mod x square is same as x square, right? So I can write like this. Expand this, what we get? 4x square plus 25, correct? Minus 2ab, 2 into 2, 4 into 5 is 20x. Less than or equal to. This is 121 plus 9x square minus 2 into 3. 6 into 11 is 66x. Expanding it. Writing all the terms to one side will do. That is 9x square minus 4x square. That is 5x square. Minus 66x plus 20x. That is minus 46x. 121 minus 25. That is 96. This is greater than or equal to 0. All these terms is brought to this side, greater than or equal to 0. So I'll split this quadratic expression. While adding, I should get minus 46. Multiplying, I should get 96 into 5. 96 into 5 is 480. I have to split the terms so that adding, I should get minus 46. And multiplying, I should get 96 into 5, which is 480. Split the middle term such that adding I should get minus 46, multiplying I should get 480. So which is possible for 30 and 16. 30 and 16 will do. Minus 30 and minus 16 will do. If I add these two, I get minus 46. If you multiply these two, I get 480. So I split the middle term as 5x square minus 30x minus 16x plus 96 is greater than or equal to 0. From the first two terms, I can take 5x common so that x minus 6 will remain in the bracket. Here minus 16 common so that again x minus 6 remains. X minus 6 is again common, so x minus 6 into 5x minus 16 is greater than or equal to 0. So the critical points are x equal to 6 and x equal to 16 by 5. These are the two critical points I am getting, correct? So if you mark the critical points as 6 and 16 by 5, 16 by 5 is smaller, correct? 16 by 5 is smaller, then comes 6, correct? So by Wavicom method, because coefficient of x square is 5 here, positive, so right side of 6 it is positive, and x is got from this, correct? X is got from x minus 6, its power is 1, so odd number, again sign changes by Wavicom method. 16 by 5 is got from this, its power is 1, odd number, again sign changes, so x should belong to the interval minus infinity to 16 by 5 union 6 to infinity, okay? That is domain of the first expression. So I can write the domain of this expression is x belongs to the interval minus infinity to 16 by 5 union 6 to infinity, okay? And the domain of, I have to find sin inverse of 2x square minus 3x plus 1 now. Domain of sin inverse of 2x square minus 3x plus 1. Domain of sin inverse of x is such that mod x less than or equal to 1 or x lies between minus 1 plus 1 including the endpoints. To find domain of sin inverse of 2x square minus 3x plus 1. So concentrating on sin inverse of 2x square minus 3x plus 1, I have 2x square minus 3x plus 1 should lie between minus 1 and plus 1. Should lie between minus 1 and plus 1. Correct? So combining these two, combining the first half, what I get is 2x square minus 3x plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Combining the second half, I'll get 2x square minus 3x plus 1 less than or equal to 1. Correct? From this, what I get is 2x square minus 3x is less than or equal to 0. 2x square minus 3x is less than or equal to 0. Here I can take x common. So what remains is 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. X means x minus 0, correct? X minus 0 into 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. That means the critical points are x equal to 0 and x equal to 3 by 2. So according to this, if you mark the critical points as 0 and 3 by 2, 0 and 3 by 2, see coefficient of x square is positive, correct? So right side of 2 is start, it is positive by Wavicom method. 3 by 2 is got from this 2x minus 3. By equating 2x minus 3 to 0, got x equal to 3 by 2. So this power is 1, odd number. Odd number means sign changes, minus. 0 is got from this bracket. Its power is 1, odd number. Again sign changes. We want to have this product to be less than or equal to 0. So I can conclude that x should belong to the interval 0 to 3 by 2. 0 to 3 by 2. And here for this quadratic, if we calculate b square minus 4ac, it turns out to be negative. B square minus 4ac. B is minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. Minus 4 into a is 2. C is 2. Correct? 9 minus 4 2s are 8. 8 to the 16. 9 minus 16 is minus 7, which is less than 0. For a quadratic, if coefficient of x square is positive and b square minus 4ac is negative, it is always positive only. This expression is always greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. So this expression is greater than 0 is true for all x belongs to R. Is true for all x belongs to R. Okay, so intersection of these two will be x belong to the interval 0 to 3 by 2, and here we got the domain to be this minus infinity to 16 by 5 union 6 to infinity, right? So I'll take the intersection of this and the earlier one. So because you want to find a domain of f plus g, correct, domain of sum of two functions, we have the concept that domain of f plus g, domain of sum of the two functions is equal to domain of f intersection domain of g. For the same values of x, both the terms should be defined, correct? So it should take intersection of these two. What I got domain here, what I got domain here, intersection of these two will be the domain of the function f. So I am taking the common values. I'll represent the points 0 and 3 by 2, and also these points 16 by 5 and 6. 16 by 5, 6 and 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is smaller, correct? 3 by 2 is here. 16 by 5 is here. And 6 is here, correct? According to this, minus infinity to 16 by 5, minus infinity to 16 by 5 included, 6 to infinity, correct? According to this, minus infinity to 16 by 5, union 6 to infinity. According to this, x belongs to the interval 0 to 3 by 2. 0 to 3 by 2. So common if you take, here I don't get anything common, here I get common values. The common value is this. This is the common value. X belongs to 0 to 3 by 2 is common, correct? So the domain of this entire function f will be the closed interval 0 to 3 by 2. You can compare with alpha beta already given. Alpha is 0, beta is 3 by 2. So alpha plus 2 beta you can calculate. So the common value, common domain, the domain of the given function I can write. Domain of the given function is the closed interval 0, 3 by 2, which you can compare with alpha beta. So alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 3 by 2. So alpha plus 2 beta I can calculate. Alpha is 0 plus 2 into beta is 3 by 2. 2 cancels. 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. Option 2 is the answer. Please make a note of this. Finding domain of cos inverse of this bracket plus finding domain of sin inverse of this bracket. Cos inverse of x is defined for x between minus 1 to plus 1, including the endpoints, or mod x less than or equal to 1 I can use. So I found the domain of the first term here and find the domain of the second term here and take the common values, okay? So that which is 0 to 3 by 2 is common values. This is domain of the first term. And domain of the second term is represented here. Common is only the closed interval 0 to 3 by 2. If you want, I can tell you in another way, that is x minus a into x minus b less than or equal to 0 is possible. Suppose if you want to find the solution for this inequation, x minus a into x minus b is less than or equal to 0. Assume that a is less than b. Assume a is less than b. In that case, we have x belongs to the closed interval AB. Directly we can write x belongs to the closed interval AB. If you want x minus a into x minus b is greater than or equal to 0, x minus a into x minus b is greater than or equal to 0, x belongs to the interval minus infinity to a union b to infinity. Correct? This is the interval. Or else you can use wavy curve method. Wavy curve method, if you apply, also get the same answer. X minus a into x minus b less than or equal to 0 means critical points are a and b. A and b are the critical points. Here also a and b are the critical points. So a is smaller than b, I have assumed. So a and b you can mark like this. A is smaller than b. So critical points are a and b from this. So when you see coefficient of x square is positive, you start from right side. Extreme right you start. There you give positive sign. B is got from where? B is got from this. B is derived from this. What is its power? Odd number. What is x minus b power? Odd number. Correct? 1. So the sign changes. Whenever the power is odd number, the sign changes. Plus will become minus. And a is got from where? A is derived from this. X minus a. A is derived from this. X minus a. What is its power? 1. Odd number. Odd number means sign changes. So minus will become plus. This is wavy curve method. So applying wavy curve method, you can get the answer, or learn these rules of inequalities, I can tell, and get the answer. This is quite useful in finding domain of inverse trigonometric functions many times. Okay. So you can apply this rule of inequality, or you can apply the wavy curve method. Okay. That is what we did in the first question. Move on to the next one. Question number 2. The maximum value of sin inverse x the whole square plus cos inverse x the whole square for x belongs to the interval minus root 3 by 2 comma 1 by root 2 is asked. So sin inverse x the whole square plus cos inverse x the whole square. It takes the form a square plus b square. We know a square plus b square is equal to a plus b the whole square minus 2ab. Correct? The basic algebraic identity, we know this. A plus b whole square minus 2ab. So sin inverse x the whole square plus cos inverse x the whole square is equal to sin inverse x the whole square plus cos inverse x the whole square is equal to what? A square plus b square is a plus b the whole square minus 2ab. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x the whole square minus 2 times sin inverse x into cos inverse x. Applying this basic algebraic identity, a square plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square minus 2ab. In place of a we have sin inverse x, in place of b we have cos inverse x. Now we know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. It's a property of inverse trigonometric function. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. Correct? Pi by 2 the whole square minus 2 times sin inverse of x will keep as it is, and I'll express cos inverse x in terms of sin inverse x, because we know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. I can write cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. This is true for all x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. So cos inverse x could be written as pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So this becomes pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So simplify this further. Pi by 2 square is pi square by 4 minus 2 cancels. We get pi sin inverse x minus into minus plus 2 into sin inverse x the whole square. Correct? So I get a quadratic equation. Quadratic in sin inverse x I get a quadratic expression in terms of sin inverse of x. So what I'll do is I'll complete the square taking 2 out. 2 you take outside, even though it's not common to take it outside. Sin inverse x the whole square minus pi by 2 into sin inverse of x plus pi square by 8. Even though 2 is not common, I take it out so that inside the bracket I make the coefficient of sin inverse of x the whole square as 1 so that I can complete the square. So this is equal to 2 times, take half of the coefficient of sin inverse of x. This is quadratic in sin inverse of x. So to complete the square, I take half into coefficient of sin inverse of x. Coefficient of sin inverse of x is minus pi by 2. Half into minus pi by 2 is minus pi by 4. Sin inverse of x minus pi by 4 the whole square. Sin inverse of x minus pi by 4 the whole square. Half of this is pi by 4, correct? Half of minus pi by 2 is minus pi by 4. I need to subtract square of this while completing the square, correct? Pi square by 8, subtract square of minus pi by 4, which is pi square by 16. So 2 times, this is sin inverse of x minus pi by 4 the whole square. Pi square by 8 minus pi square by 16. Pi square by 8 is a 2 pi square by 16. 2 pi square by 16 minus pi square by 16 is pi square by 16. We know maximum value of sin inverse of x is pi by 2 and minimum value of sin inverse of x is minus pi by 2 if x belongs to closed interval minus 1 plus 1. For sin inverse of x, if the domain is closed interval minus 1 to plus 1, the domain is the closed interval minus 1 to plus 1, then the range of sin inverse of x is going to be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is a scenario for sin inverse of x. If the domain is closed interval minus 1 plus 1, then the range or the principal value of the sin inverse of x function is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. But here the domain is given to be minus root 3 by 2 to 1 by root 2. For sin inverse of x, given domain is minus root 3 by 2, comma 1 by root 2. We know sin inverse of x is an increasing function, strictly increasing function, correct? As x value increases, even the function value increases. Sin inverse of x is an increasing function. Tan inverse of x is an increasing function. Even cosec inverse of x is increasing function. Okay, these three inverse trigonometric functions, sine inverse, tan inverse and cosec inverse are increasing function. Cos inverse, cot inverse and secant inverse of x, they are decreasing functions. Okay, so as x value increases, even sin inverse x value increases. Sin inverse of 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. Sin inverse of minus root 3 by 2 is minus pi by 3. For this range is minus pi by 3 to 1 by root 2 is sin inverse of 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. So actually the maximum value of sin inverse of x is pi by 2, minimum value is minus pi by 2. But now because of this domain given here, the maximum value happens to be pi by 4 and minimum value is minus pi by 3. They ask to find maximum value of this expression. To find maximum value, I'll take the minimum value of sin inverse of x here because of the presence of minus sign here. 100 marks exam if you are writing, if you do minimum mistakes, you will get maximum marks. 100 minus minimum mistakes will give maximum marks, correct? Somewhat like that. So I want to make it this expression minimum, so that minimum square becomes maximum, because I want to make this expression least actually in terms of negative values. Correct? So that square, if you take, it becomes positive. I'll put sin inverse of x equal to minus pi by 3, minus pi by 3, minus pi by 4. When you square it, becomes bigger than when you put pi by 4, this becomes 0, correct? So I won't get the maximum value if you put pi by 4. The least value, maximum value is possible for this expression when sin inverse of x becomes least. The least value of sin inverse of x is minus pi by 3 for this domain. Okay? So to find maximum value, this will call it as y here. Let this be equal to y. Y max is possible when you take sin inverse of x as least, minus pi by 3 minus pi by 4 the whole square plus pi square by 16. 2 times minus pi by 3 minus pi by 4, that is minus 60 minus 45 minus 105, which is minus 7 pi by 12. Minus 7 pi by 12 square. 7 square is 49. Pi square divided by 12 square is 144. Plus pi square divided by 16. Take LCM here and simplify it. 2 into LCM of these two is going to be 144. 144 into 1, so 1 into 49. 49 pi square plus 16 nines are, so this becomes 9 pi square. So what we get is, this is 49 plus 9 is 58. 58 pi square divided by 72, or it is 29 pi divided by 36 in the simplest form, because I told GCD of m and n is 1. Want to express in the form of m by n into pi square. So compare this with m by n into pi square. M by n into pi square. If we compare, it is in the simplest form. 29 by 36 is in the simplest form, correct? Is in the simplest form, because further I can't simplify it. GCD of 29 and 36, GCD is greatest common divisor. Greatest common divisor of 29 and 36 is 1, correct? So it is in the simplest form. So m is, I'm getting m is equal to 29 and n is equal to 36, so that m plus n is going to be 65. Please make a note. Finding maximum value of a given expression in terms of inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so use the property, use the basic algebraic identity and go on simplify, complete the square, and because of this domain x belonging to minus root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, sin inverse of x will belong to the interval minus pi by 3 to pi by 4. I take the least value of sin inverse of x in order to get the maximum value of the given expression. Okay, please make a note. On to the next one. Again, the question has asked on the domain of the function. Here, log function is also involved here. Sin inverse of pi minus x by 3 plus 2x. Concentrate on this first. Find the domain of this expression first. Sin inverse of x is such that mod x less than or equal to 1. Domain of sin inverse. To find the domain of sin inverse. Domain of sin inverse of 5 minus x. Sin inverse of 5 minus x divided by 3 plus 2x is such that such that 5 minus x by 3 plus 2x, mod of this, I'll write 5 minus x by 3 plus 2x, mod of this should be less than or equal to 1. Correct? Domain of sin inverse of x is such that mod x less than or equal to 1. On cross multiplying and squaring on both sides, mod of 5 minus x less than or equal to mod of 3 plus 2x. Squaring on both sides, mod x square is same as x square. 5 minus x the whole square is less than or equal to 3 plus 2x the whole square. Expand this. 5 square is 25 plus x square minus 10x less than or equal to 3 square is 9, 2x the whole square is 4x square, 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12x. Write all the terms to one side. 4x square minus x square, 3x square, 12x plus 10x, 22x. 9 minus 25 minus 16 is greater than or equal to 0. Correct? So you can factorize this quadratic. Adding you should get 22, multiplying you should get 3 into minus 16, which is minus 48. 24 minus 2 will do. 3x square plus 24x minus 2x minus 16 is greater than or equal to 0. From the first two terms I can take 3x common, so we get x plus 8. Next two terms I can take minus 2 common, so I get x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 0. So x plus 8 is common. X plus 8 into 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. X belong to the interval. By Wavicom method, you can take the critical points as x plus 8 0 means x equal to minus 8. 3x minus 2 0 means x equal to 2 by 3. Minus 8 is smaller than 2 by 3. Correct? So coefficient of x square is positive. Start from right side. Right side of 2 by 3 is positive. Okay. 2 by 3 is derived from this. The power of 3x minus 2 is 1. 1 means odd number. Odd number means sign changes. Plus will become minus. Minus 8 is got from this x plus 8. Its power is 1. Odd number. Odd number means again the sign changes. It becomes plus. Alternate plus minus starting from right side of 2 by 3. So x belongs to, for this expression to be greater than or equal to 0, x belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 8 included, union 2 by 3 to infinity. 2 by 3 to infinity, correct? Minus infinity to minus 8, union 2 by 3 to infinity. That is domain of the first term. Domain of the second term, 1 by log of 10 minus x. This expression is defined for 10 minus x is not equal to 1, correct? I should have 10 minus x is not equal to 1, because if 10 minus x is 1, then log 1 is 0, 1 by 0 is not defined, and 10 minus x should be positive, because log of only positive number is defined. So 10 is greater than x, that means x should be less than 10, and x is not equal to 9, I'm getting. X should be less than 10. So if we take intersection of these two, I'll represent here a number line minus infinity to minus 8. This is 2 by 3 to infinity, and x should be less than 10, and x is not equal to 9. 10 I'll represent here. X should be less than 10. So x is less than 10 here. 9 is excluded. 9 is excluded. Okay. And according to this, minus infinity to minus 8, union 2 by 3 to infinity. Correct? So here I'll get common values. Here I don't get common values. Correct? X should be less than 10. X should be less than 10. And x is less than 10 possible. X is not equal to 9. But x should be greater than 2 by 3, right? Here x should be greater than 2 by 3 according to this. Between these two if we take, I'll get common values, correct? X belong to minus infinity to minus 8, union 2 by 3 to infinity, correct? Here I get common values, minus infinity to minus 8 is common, this much is common for both. Minus 8 is excluded, here it's included, but common is excluded for both. Here 2 by 3 to infinity, but here it is, I'm getting only this part is common. This part is not common for both, correct? This part is common, Here we don't get any common values. Here I get common values. 2 by 3 to 10 I'll get common. 2 by 3 excluding 9 till 10 I'll get common. Correct? So domain of the given function is going to be minus infinity to minus 8, minus infinity to minus 8, correct, union 2 by 3 to 10, union 2 by 3, union 2 by 3 to 10, 2 by 3 to 10, leaving 9 except the number 9. Correct? So if we compare these two, I'll get alpha equal to minus 8. Alpha is equal to minus 8. Comparing these two, beta is 2 by 3. Beta is 2 by 3. Gamma is equal to 10. Correct? Beta 10 is excluded. No, yeah, 10 should be excluded because here it is open interval. X is less than 10. So don't put a square bracket there. Here it's open interval, closed open interval, closed open interval. Correct? Because 10 is excluded for this. Here it's included, included, excluded. Common is excluded except 9. Gamma is 10 and delta is 9. Gamma is 10. Yeah, delta is 9. Delta is 9. Want to find 6 times alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. Therefore find out. 6 times alpha how much? Alpha is minus 8 plus beta. Beta is 2 by 3. Gamma is 10. Delta is 9. 6 into 10 plus 9, 19. 19 minus 8, 11. 11 plus 2 by 3. Correct? 19 minus 8 is 11. 11 plus 2 by 3. 6 into 11 is 66. 6 into 2, 12. 12 by 3 is 4. 66 plus 4 is equal to 70. So answer is 70. Option 1. Please make a note. Question asked on 22nd of January 2026. Morning shift. Move on to the next one. Question number 4 we have. Finding the number of solutions of inverse trigonometric equation. We assume that x into y is less than 1 and apply the formula. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y we know. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy for x into y is less for x into y less than 1. Product xy is less than 1. So tan inverse 4x plus tan inverse 6x. Apply this formula. Tan inverse of what we get? 4x plus 6x divided by 1 minus 4x into 6x. 1 minus 4x into 6x is equal to pi by 6. Correct? So 4x plus 6x is 10x divided by 1 minus 24x square is equal to tan pi by 6, which is equal to 1 by root 3. Cross multiply and simplify it. 10 into root 3, 10 root 3x is equal to 1 minus 24x square. Writing all the terms to one side, 24x square plus 10 root 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Correct? Write all the terms to one side, 24x square plus 10 root 3x minus 1 equal to 0. So x is equal to, solving this by formula method, minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac. b square, 10 root 3 square, 10 square is 100, root 3 square is 3, 10, 100 into 3, 300, b square minus 4ac, a is 24 and c is minus 1. Correct? Divided by 2a, 2 into 24. It simplifies to minus 10 root 3 plus or minus, this is 24 into 4 is 96, root of 396, root of 396 divided by 48. Simplified further, root of 396 could be written as root of 4 into 99, which is 2 root 99, correct? Otherwise, yeah, it's simplified. Minus 10 root 3 plus or minus root 396 is root of 4 into 99. 4 into 99 is 396. Root 4 is 2. 2 root 99 becomes 2 root 99 divided by 48. 1, 2 can be cancelled from the numerator and denominator. So what I get is minus 5 root 3 plus or minus root 99, taking 2 common from the numerator, cancelling with the denominator. So the denominator becomes 24. So here root 99 is nearly equal to 10. 5 root 3 is 5 into 1.732. Roughly I can take 5 into 1.7. So 1.7, that is nearly 5 into 1.7 is 8.5. So this is almost 10. 10 minus, if you take positive value here, 10 minus 8.5 divided by 24. If you take negative value here, minus 10 minus 8.5 divided by 24. According to the question, x belongs to the interval minus 1 by 2 root 6 to 1 by 2 root 6. Root 6 is nearly 2.3 I can tell, or 2.4. So this is minus 1 by 2 into 2.4, which is minus 1 by 2 into 2.4, that is minus 1 by 4.8, correct? 2 into 2.4. X is between minus 1 by 4.8 and 1 by 4.8. Nearly minus 0.2 I can tell. Roughly I can tell x to lie between minus 0.2 and plus 0.2. X to lie between minus 0.2 and plus 0.2. Okay. So in this interval your value of x should lie. If you take the positive value, root 99 is 10, nearly 10. 10 minus 8.5, correct? Which is 1.5. 1.5 is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 divided by 24. Roughly I am writing 3 by 2 divided by 24, which is 3 ones are 3 eights are 1 by 16, which lies in this interval. The positive value lies. Okay. This is nearly 10. This is 5 into root 3. 5 into 1.7, nearly 8.5. Correct? 8.5. 10 minus 8.5 is 1.5. 1.5 is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 divided by 24. 3 by 48, 1 by 16, which lies in this interval. If you take the negative value, it is going to be minus 8.5 minus 10. Minus 17.5 divided by 24, which is does not lie in this interval. It does not lie. This value does not lie, this lies. So only one solution exists for this. Number of solutions of this equation is 1. Question asked on 22nd of January 2026. Move on to the next one. Domain of this function once again. Log to the base 3, log to the base 5 of 7 minus log to the base 2 of x square minus 10x plus 85. So whenever log terms are present here, log function is present, log x is defined only if x is positive. Log x is defined if x is greater than 0, correct? Log x is defined for x is greater than 0, correct? So this quantity should be positive. X square minus 10x plus 85 is positive. X square minus 10x plus 85 should be positive. This quantity should be positive for this log to be defined. For this log to be defined, this entire quantity should be positive. Correct? 7 minus log to the base 2. 7 minus log to the base 2 of x square minus 10x plus 85, that should be positive. And for this log to be defined, this quantity should be positive. This entire thing should be positive. Correct? This entire thing should be positive. So log to the base 5, log to the base 5 of 7 minus log to the base 2 of x square minus 10x plus 85, that should be positive. According to this, we can factorize it, no? Adding you should get minus 10, multiplying you should get 85. That is possible for which values you find out. X square minus 10x plus 85 greater than 0. We'll leave it. We'll solve this. That is, maybe it's not possible to factorize easily. We'll conclude that later. This is possible. Second inequation is possible means what? 7 should be greater than log to the base 2, correct, of x square minus 10x plus 85. That means you can convert this 2 power 7, convert log to exponential form. So I can write 2 power 7 is greater than x square minus 10x plus 85. Converting you should know. Log x base a is equal to b means x is equal to a power b, correct? X is a power b. Here the base is greater than 1, so strictly increasing function. Log function is increasing function. If the base is greater than 1, you can see the base is 3, 5, 2, all of them are greater than 1. So it's an increasing function. Increasing function means the inequality remains the same. Inequality is going to remain the same. Okay. So from this I can write, from the second inequation I can write, from this what you can write is 2 power 7 is greater than x square minus 10x plus 85. 2 power 7 is greater than, that is x square minus 10x plus 85 minus 128. 2 power 7 is 128. How much you get? 28 plus 15, which is 43, minus 43. Correct? This is less than 0. X square minus 10x minus 43 is less than 0. I'll get. What about this? Convert this. To remove this log, this becomes 5 to the power 0, which is 1. 7 minus log to the base 2 of x square minus 10x plus 85. This should be greater than 5 power 0, which is 1. Correct? 7 is greater than log, 7 minus 1, 6 it becomes. Correct? 7 minus 1, 6. 7 minus 1, 6 is greater than log to the base 2 of x square minus 10x plus 85. From this 2 power 6, 2 power 6 is 64. 64 is greater than x square minus 10x plus 85. From this we get x square minus 10x plus 21 is less than 0. That means x minus 3 into x minus 7 I'll get. X should belong to the interval 3 to 7 from this. X should belong to the interval 3 to 7. Factorizing it and writing. Correct? 2 power 6 is 64. Bring all the terms to one side. 64 minus 85 minus 64 is 21. Correct? So x minus 3 into x minus 7 less than 0. X square minus 10x plus 85 is less than 2 power 7 we got here. Correct? Here we got x square minus 10x plus 85 is less than 2 power 7. Here x square minus 10x plus 85 is less than 64. Less than 64, less than 128. Intersection of these two is this. So no need to solve this. Correct? No need to solve this. And what about this? X square minus 10x plus 85 greater than 0. Solve this inequation. Adding I should get minus 10. Multiplying I should get 85. Correct? That is possible for 17 into 5 is 85. Correct? Or x square minus 8x plus 85. Correct? That should be positive. X square minus 10x plus 85. This should be positive. Log to the base 2 should be positive. 7 minus x square minus 10x plus 85 is greater than 0. I have taken log to the base 2. 7 minus log to the base 2 is positive. I have taken. Correct? This is positive. I have taken. And even x square minus 10x plus 85 should be positive. Whether it is true, always you check. X square minus 10x plus 85. For that, if you find b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac turns out to be how much? Minus 10 square is 100. Minus 4ac, 4 into 1 into 85, which turns out to be negative. Correct? B square minus 4ac is negative for this quantity. That means it is true always. This expression is greater than 0 is a true for all x belongs to R. For all x belongs to R, it is greater than 0. X square minus 10x plus 85. So domain of the first term I got, x should belong to the interval 3 to 7. Find the domain of the second term, sin inverse of mod of 3x minus 7 by 17 minus 3x. To find the domain of this, sin inverse of mod of 3x minus 7 divided by 17 minus x is such that mod of 3x minus 7 by 17 minus x, mod of 3x minus 7 divided by 17 minus x should be less than or equal to 1. Cross multiplying and squaring on both sides, we get 3x minus 7 the whole square is less than or equal to 17 minus x the whole square. Expand this, 9x square plus 49 minus 2 into 3, 6 into 7 is 42x, correct? Less than or equal to 17 square is 289 plus x square minus 34x. Write all the terms to one side. 9x square minus x square, 8x square minus 42 plus 34 minus 8x, 49 minus 289 minus 240 less than or equal to 0. You can divide the entire inequation by 8 here. X square minus x minus 30 less than or equal to 0. If you factorize it, this becomes x minus 6 into x plus 5 less than or equal to 0. Critical points are minus 5 and 6. So x should belong to the closed interval minus 5 to 6. So domain of the second term I got, domain of the first term I got. Domain of the first term I got, x belongs to the interval 3 to 7. Represent that. X belongs to the interval 3 to 7. 3 is minus 5, I'll represent first. Then I'll represent 3. Then I'll represent 6. Then I'll represent 7. According to this 3 to 7. So 3 to 7 is here. Domain of this minus 5 to 6, minus 5 to 6, including the endpoints, minus 5 to 6. Correct? So common value for these two. I should take domain of the, I should find the domain of the given function is, I should take the intersection of these two individual domains. So that is this interval, 3 to 6. 3 is included here, but here it's not included. So open at 3 and closed at 6. That is what? So domain of the given function is 3 to 6, open closed interval. Domain of f is open closed interval 3 to 6. Open at 3, closed at 6. 6 is included in both. 3 is excluded, included. So common is excluded. This is compare alpha, beta. Alpha, beta. So alpha is 3. Alpha is equal to 3. And beta is equal to 6. So that alpha plus beta, 3 plus 6 is 9. Please make a note. This part is common. Earlier I could find the domain of the first term, x square minus 10x plus 85 should be positive for this log to be defined. For that b square minus 4ac turns out to be negative, so that it is true always. Whenever coefficient of x square is positive and b square minus 4ac is negative, the quadratic is always positive. That means it is true for all values of x real number. This quantity should be positive. Log to the base 2 of 7 minus log to the base 2 of this should be positive, and this quantity should be positive. So intersection of these two, I got it as this only, which is no need to solve, because this quantity is less than 2 power 7, this quantity is less than 2 power 6, 2 power 6 is smaller than 2 power 7. So intersection of these two will be x square minus 10x plus 85 should be less than 2 power 6. Solving that we get like this. So domain of the first expression was the open interval 3 to 7. Domain of the second expression we got like this, minus 5 to 6. Common value is 3 to 6. 3 to 7 here. Here minus 5 to 6. So common is 3 to 6. Alpha is 3, beta is 6. Open closed interval. Move on to the next one. Question number 6. Once again finding domain of the function. Here f of x given as sin inverse of 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 is given to be the interval like this. So 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 should lie between minus 1 and plus 1. 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 should lie between minus 1 and plus 1 including the endpoints. Combine the first half and combine the second half. If we combine the first half, what I get is minus 1 less than or equal to 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2. Correct? So from this, what I get is 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Minus 1, bring it to this side, plus 1. So taking a common denominator from this, x square minus 2x minus 2. Here 1 plus x square minus 2x minus 2. 1 plus x square minus 2x minus 2 is x square minus 2x minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. I can write this as x minus 1 the whole square, completing the square, minus 2 half is minus 1. So subtract 1 square 1. So minus 1 minus 2 divided by, this is x minus 1 the whole square, subtract 1 minus 2 becomes minus 3. Correct? X square minus 2x plus 1 minus 3 becomes minus 2. So from this I can factorize it and write it as x minus 1 minus root 2 into x minus 1 plus root 2 divided by x minus 1 minus root 3 into x minus 1 plus root 3 is greater than or equal to 0. A square minus b square, a plus b into a minus b formula. So from this I can write it as x minus of 1 plus root 2 into x minus of 1 minus root 2. Correct? Divided by x minus of 1 plus root 3 into x minus of 1 minus root 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Correct? Minus of 1 plus root 2, minus of 1 plus root 3, minus of 1 minus root 2, minus of 1 minus root 3. So critical points are 1 plus root 2, 1 plus root 3, 1 minus root 2, 1 minus root 3. If you represent these critical points here on the number line, okay, smallest is going to be 1 minus root 3, 1 minus root 2 comes next, 1 minus root 3 here, next comes 1 minus root 2, next comes 1 plus root 2, next one is 1 plus root 3. See, coefficient of x square in the numerator, denominator is positive. By wavy curve method, start from extreme right side, plus, minus, because all the powers are 1, no? Everywhere the powers are 1, odd number. So, sign changes, plus, minus, alternate plus, minus from the right, extreme right, plus, minus, plus. So, x should belong to the interval, according to this, x should belong to the interval, minus infinity to 1 minus root 3, minus infinity to 1 minus root 3, union 1 minus root 2 to 1, 1 minus root 3 to be excluded because it is a denominator, union 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root 2, that is closed interval, 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root 2, union 1 plus root 3 to infinity, union 1 plus root 3 to infinity. This is the domain of the function got by combining the first half. Second half we combine. Then I should take intersection. Now I'll take 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 less than or equal to 1. 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 less than or equal to 1. So from this, what do you get? 1 by x square minus 2x minus 2 minus 1 less than or equal to 0. So from this x square minus 2x minus 2, correct? So I'll get 1 minus of this, 1 minus of x square minus 2x minus 2 less than or equal to 0. That is minus x square plus 2x, 1 plus 2, 3 divided by x square minus 2x minus 2 is going to be less than 0, less than or equal to 0. Or you multiply by minus 1, inequality is going to reverse. So what you get is x square minus 2x minus 3 divided by x square minus 2x minus 2 is going to be greater than or equal to 0. Or if we complete the square, this becomes x minus 1 the whole square minus 4 divided by x minus 1 the whole square minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. So that means what? X minus 1 minus 2 into x minus 1 plus 2 divided by x minus 1 minus root 3 into x minus 1 plus root 3 is going to be greater than or equal to 0. So from this is actually x minus 3 into x plus 1, correct, divided by x minus of 1 plus root 3 into x minus of 1 minus root 3 greater than or equal to 0. Critical points are, represent these critical points here. 1 minus root 3 is minus 3 is this is x minus 3, no, x equal to 3, x equal to minus 1. 1 minus root 3 equal to 0. That means x equal to 1 minus root 3. 1 minus root 3 and minus 1. 1 minus root 3 is bigger than minus 1, correct? Because minus 1 is smaller than 1 minus root 3. 1 minus root 3 is minus 0.707 something. Next comes 1 plus root 3. Then comes 3. 3 is biggest. Because coefficient of x square in the numerator and denominator is positive, I can write alternate plus minus starting from the right side. Here it is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. So x belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 1. Minus 1 is included here. Union 1 minus root 3 to 1 plus root 3, that is open interval because it is in the denominator. 1 minus root 3 to 1 plus root 3. Union 3 to infinity, 3 is included. So this is a domain of the given function by combining the second half. So this and the earlier one, I should take the intersection. So I'll represent all these numbers together now in a single number line and take the common values. 1 minus root 3 I should represent, minus 1 I should represent, correct? I'll take the common value now. Minus 1 is smallest among all. Then comes 1 minus root 3. Then we have 1 minus root 2 also, correct? 1 minus root 2 is there. 1 minus root 2. Then we have 1 plus root 2. 1 plus root 2 is there. 1 plus root 3 is there. 1 plus root 2. Then we have 1 plus root 3. Then we have 3. According to this, x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1. Minus 1 is included. Here 1 minus root 3 to 1 plus root 3. It's an open interval. 1 minus root 3 to 1 plus root 3. Open interval. Then 3 to infinity. 3 is included. Like this it was. Representation of this. Representation of the earlier one. Minus infinity to 1 minus root 3. Minus infinity to 1 minus root 3. 1 minus root 3 is excluded. Like this. Next we have 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root 2, which is closed interval. 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root 2. Next here 1 plus root 3 to infinity. 1 plus root 3, but it's included as 1 plus root 3 should be open interval, no? Should be open interval here, not closed interval, because it's in the denominator. 1 plus root 3 is in the denominator, so it should be in the open interval. So 1 plus root 3 is excluded to infinity. So like this. This is the representation of the first half. This is the representation of second half of that inequation. So common values to take. Common value I get here. Minus infinity to minus 1 I get. Common value. Minus 1 is included in both. Here I don't get anything common. Here I don't get. Here I get common. 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root I get common. 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root I get common. 1 plus root 3 to 3 I don't get common. 3 to infinity I get common. 3 is included in both. This much is common. Correct? So minus infinity to alpha. It is minus infinity to 1 minus root 3. So I'll write the domain here. My domain is going to be minus infinity to 1 minus minus infinity to minus 1. Minus infinity to minus 1. Union 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root 2, which is the closed interval. Correct? 1 minus root 2 to 1 plus root 2, closed interval. Union delta to infinity, which is 3 to infinity. Whichever I represented shaded here, it is common. This part is common. Here this part is common, and 3 to infinity is common. Closed open interval 3 to infinity. So if we compare with this minus infinity to alpha, alpha is minus 1 I'm getting. So alpha is minus 1. And if we compare, beta is 1 minus root 2, gamma is 1 plus root 2. Beta is 1 minus root 2, gamma is 1 plus root 2. And delta is going to be equal to 3. Correct? Delta is equal to 3. I need to add all these things. Alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta is missing here. Plus delta. Alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. Please make a small correction in the question. Plus delta is missing. So adding all these things I get minus 1 plus 1 will add up to 0. Minus root 2 plus root 2 will add up to 0. 1 plus 3 is 4. Required answer is 4. Option 2. Correction in the question. Alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. Okay. Required answer is 4. Please make a note. Question number 7 we have. K is defined like this. Tan of pi by 4 plus half cos inverse 2 by 3 plus tan of half sin inverse 2 by 3. Look at these terms carefully. The number 2 by 3 is present in both the brackets. Here it's cos inverse 2 by 3. Here it's sin inverse 2 by 3. We know sin inverse of x is pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. Sin inverse of x is pi by 2 minus cos inverse of x. So I can write sin inverse of 2 by 3 as pi by 2 minus cos inverse 2 by 3. Sin inverse 2 by 3 is equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse of 2 by 3. So given expression is k is equal to tan of pi by 4 plus tan of pi by 4 plus 1 by 2 into cos inverse 2 by 3 plus tan of 1 by 2 into I'll write sin inverse of 2 by 3 as pi by 2 minus cos inverse 2 by 3. Pi by 2 minus cos inverse of 2 by 3. So this is equal to tan of tan of pi by 4 plus half cos inverse 2 by 3 plus tan of, here you multiply 1 by 2 into pi by 2 is pi by 4 minus half cos inverse 2 by 3. This takes the form tan of pi by 4 plus theta by 2 plus tan of pi by 4 minus theta by 2. Given expression takes the form tan of pi by 4 plus theta by 2 or half into theta by 2 I can write plus tan of pi by 4 minus half into theta, where theta is cos inverse 2 by 3. If we compare, where theta is equal to cos inverse of 2 by 3, so that I can write cos theta is equal to 2 by 3 from this. Cos theta is equal to 2 by 3. Tan of pi by 4 plus theta by 2 plus tan of pi by 4 minus theta by 2 is going to be 2 times secant theta Learn this as a formula. Cos theta is 2 by 3, so secant theta is going to be 3 by 2. Secant theta is going to be 3 by 2 into 3 by 2 is equal to 3. If you want, I can give the proof of this. Tan of pi by 4 plus theta by 2 plus tan of pi by 4 minus theta by 2 is 2 times secant theta. I'll give a proof if you want. Tan of pi by 4 plus theta by 2 plus tan of pi by 4 minus theta by 2. Tan of pi by 4 minus theta by 2. I'll use the formula for this. 1 plus tan theta by 2 divided by 1 minus tan theta by 2. Denominator 1 minus tan theta by 2. Here it is 1 minus tan theta by 2 divided by 1 plus tan theta by 2. Correct? So if you take common denominator, 1 minus tan theta by 2 and 1 plus tan theta by 2. 1 minus tan theta by 2 into 1 plus tan theta by 2. What do you get? 1 plus tan theta by 2 into 1 plus tan theta by 2. 1 plus tan theta by 2 the whole square plus 1 minus tan theta by 2 into 1 minus tan theta by 2. 1 minus tan theta by 2 the whole square. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is 2 times a square plus b square. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is equal to 2 times a square plus b square. Using this algebraic identity, I can simplify it. So this will be 2 times a square plus b square. 1 square 1 plus tan square theta by 2. Denominator is in the form of a minus b into a plus b. A square minus b square. 1 minus tan square theta by 2. We know cos theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta by 2 by 1 plus tan square theta by 2. Half angle formula for cos theta. 1 minus tan square theta by 2 by 1 plus tan square theta. Reciprocal of this is present here. So 2 times reciprocal of cos is sec. Hence proved 2 times secant theta. That is what I used here. Tan of pi by 4 plus theta by 2 plus tan of pi by 4 minus theta by 2 is 2 times secant theta. Okay. Cos theta is 2 by 3. So secant theta is 3 by 2. 2 cancels, we get 3. So want to find the number of solutions of this equation. Sin inverse of kx minus 1. Put k is equal to 2 here. K equal to 3 we got. Put k is equal to 3 in this and solve the equation. Sin inverse of 3x minus 1. Sin inverse of 3x minus 1. Putting the value of k equal to 3 here. K is equal to 3 we got. K is equal to 3 substitute here. Sin inverse of 3x minus 1. Again I'll use cos inverse of x as pi by 2 minus sin inverse of x, or sin inverse of x equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse of x I can use. In place of sin inverse of x, I'll write pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. Pi by 2 minus cos inverse x minus cos inverse x, which is pi by 2 minus 2 cos inverse x. So what we get is 3x minus 1 is equal to sin of pi by 2 minus 2 cos inverse x. From this we can write 3x minus 1 is equal to sin of 90 minus theta is cos theta. So it becomes cos of 2 cos inverse x. Correct? Cos 2 theta it is in the form of. Cos 2 theta is a 2 cos square theta minus 1. This takes the form cos of 2 alpha, where alpha is cos inverse x. Cos 2 alpha is 2 cos square alpha minus 1. Correct? Which is equal to into alpha is cos inverse x. Cos alpha is x. So it becomes 2x square minus 1. Cancel minus 1 on both sides. 3x equal to 2x square I get from this. 3x is equal to 2x square. Or you can take x common from this. X if you take common, 3 minus 2x equal to 0. A into b 0 means either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. X is equal to 0 or x is equal to 3 by 2. If you put x equal to 0, whether it satisfies C, because sometimes the solution obtained might not satisfy the given inverse trigonometric equation, because we assumed it to be true. We applied the formula directly, correct? So it's not possible every time the solution obtained satisfies. When you put x equal to 0, what do you get? The equation here, 3 into 0, 0, 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Sin inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 2. Cos inverse of 0 is pi by 2. Cos inverse of 0 is pi by 2. 2 into pi by 2 is pi. Pi by 2 minus pi becomes minus pi by 2, satisfies. X equal to 0 satisfies. x equal to 3 by 2, see it is not satisfying. It does cos inverse of x is not defined only for x equal to 3 by 2. X equal to 0 is the only solution. So number of solutions of this equation is only one. Only one solution is possible. Okay. If one I can show putting x equal to 0, LHS becomes equal to RHS. When x equal to 0, LHS is equal to sin inverse of 3x minus 1. Sin inverse of 3x minus 1 will become sin inverse of 0 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1. Sin inverse of minus 1 is equal to minus pi by 2. RHS is pi by 2 minus 2 cos inverse x. Pi by 2 minus 2 cos inverse x. X is 0. Correct? So pi by 2 minus 2 into cos inverse of 0 is pi by 2. Pi by 2 minus pi, it becomes minus pi by 2. LHS is equal to RHS for x equal to 0. But when x is 3 by 2, when x is equal to 3 by 2, RHS is not defined. RHS is what? Pi by 2 minus 2 into cos inverse of 3 by 2. This is not defined. Cos inverse of 3 by 2 is not defined. So it's not possible. So only one solution is possible. Please make a note of this. On to the next question, number 8, the last question of this session. Want to find the value of this tan of 2 sin inverse 2 by root 30 minus 2 cos inverse 3 by root 10. So given expression could be written as, the given expression is tan of 2, this I'll call it as alpha, minus 2, this is beta, some other angle beta. Tan of a minus b formula I'll apply. Tan of a minus b is tan a minus tan b divided by 1 plus tan a tan b. Apply that formula. So this becomes tan 2 alpha minus tan 2 beta divided by 1 plus tan 2 alpha into tan 2 beta. Alpha is this. Alpha is sin inverse of 2 by root 13. Alpha is sin inverse of 2 by root 13. So we get sin alpha is 2 by root 13. Beta is this. Beta is cos inverse of 3 by root 13. 3 by root 10. Cos inverse of 3 by root 10. So cos beta is going to be equal to 3 by root 10. From this we can find the value of tan alpha. Sin alpha is opposite by hypotenuse, no? If you take a triangle and mark the angle as alpha here, sin alpha is opposite by hypotenuse, opposite side divided by hypotenuse. 2 square 4, 3 square is 9, 4 plus 9 is 13. So tan alpha is going to be 2 by 3 from this. Tan alpha is 2 by 3. From this we can find tan beta. Tan beta you want, take another triangle, mark the angle as beta. Cos beta is 3 by root 10, adjacent side by hypotenuse. So then opposite side becomes 1. So 1 square plus 3 square is root 10 square. 1 plus 9 is 10. Correct? Satisfies. So tan beta is 1 by 3. So from tan alpha I can find the value of tan 2 alpha. Tan 2 alpha is what? 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha. Tan 2 alpha is equal to 2 tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan square alpha. 2 into tan alpha how much? 2 by 3 divided by 1 minus 2 by 3 square is 4 by 9. 2 into 2 by 3 is 4 by 3. 1 minus 4 by 9 is 5 by 9. Correct? 3 ones are 3 threes. So 3 goes up. 3 into 4 is 12. 12 by 5 I get. Similarly, find out the value of tan 2 beta using tan beta. Tan 2 beta is equal to 2 tan beta divided by 1 minus tan square beta. 1 minus tan square beta. 2 into tan beta how much? 1 by 3 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 square is 1 by 9. Numerator is 2 by 3. Denominator is 1 minus 1 by 9, 8 by 9. Correct? 3 ones are 3 threes are, 2 ones are 2 fours are, 1 by 4 by 3, 3 by 4 I'm getting. 3 by 4. So I got the values of tan 2 alpha and tan 2 beta. Tan 2 alpha is 12 by 5 minus tan 2 beta is 3 by 4 divided by 1 plus 12 by 5 into 3 by 4. Take common denominator, simplify, and for LCM is 20. 5 fours are 4 into 12 is 48. 4 fives are 5 into 3 is 15. Denominator will be 1 plus 12 into 3 36 by 5 into 4 20. So this will be 33 divided by 20. Here it is LCM 20. 20 plus 36. 56 divided by 20. So that 20 cancels. We get 33 divided by 56. 33 by 56. Option 2 is the answer. This question asked on 28th of January 2026 evening shift. So all the questions of January shift JEE Main 2026 have been solved of this chapter inverse trigonometric functions. Many more videos will be uploaded in the coming days. Please subscribe to my channel and forward to your friends. With this, I conclude. Thank you.